What's that little what? Are you shucking corn over there?
I am fucking shucking corn.
I mean, we live in the country. You got to make it look like we're hillbilly. Hey, whoa, what? Whoa, oh my God! Here I was out in La La Land, and we're live. Everybody, how's everybody doing? AZ here. You are on the A2Z program right here on Pop Culture Pros Network. Welcome. Thank you. Like and subscribe, Pop Culture Pros. Go to popculturepros.com to find all your needs for movies, sports, television, bad jokes, and good-looking hosts. That's me. And speaking of good-looking hosts, don't thumb me down. Speaking of good-looking hosts, I have a big crew here. Okay, it takes a lot to do the A to Z program. Okay, I have like 7 people over here, 4 people over here, a guy holding cards up, a live thing over there. I don't. I'm just bullshitting you. I have nobody here but me and my girlfriend. But you know who I do have here? You know who is always here? There's one man who never abandons the ship. If I were a captain, if I were the captain of the Titanic, my first mate, without choice, would be the one and the only, the madman of Miami, the man who they're going to name the next hurricane after. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Producer Dave. Are you there, Producer Dave? There you are.
I'm here, Mr. Eric Zant. Thank you for the introduction. And yeah, I mean, if there's a hurricane named Producer Dave, I think I would definitely, take credit for that.
I would run for cover, dude. I would run for cover. And Dave, we got a special show here tonight. You know that, right? We got a really special show here tonight.
I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
I have too. We've been talking about this too on the chat and in the group and all this, and on all the mediums that we do. We are privileged tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Privileged. We have the honor of having filmmaker Nate Thompson on the show tonight. Now, Nate is currently in development of a full-length feature, horror film. He already did a 5-minute snippet of it, and my God, I'm not a horror guy, but I didn't sleep that night. And but be honest with you, from the work and what I saw of this is going to be amazing. So it's our pleasure tonight. He is our featured guest. He is our only guest. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce him to you, the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Pop Culture Pros, to the A to Z program, Mr. Nate Thompson. Nate.
How's it going, fellas?
Oh, look at this. Everybody loves you.
Hey, outstanding. Look at that.
Nate, this is, wow. That's right. That's a give it. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting it on it. I'm going to get it on it.
This is awesome. That's the most lengthiest introduction I've had. This is great.
You woke up the audience, Nate.
Nate, this is just what the audience. This is my audience. Sometimes we go in front of a live internet audience. There's actually people watching sometimes. So you might get a laugh here or there, and you might get a clap here or there. So that's going to be good. So Nate, how's it going?
Oh my man, it is going good. We're just trying to make things work. We're in pre-production right now. It's a lot more work than the short film, that's for sure. But we're doing, man. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great up here. Dave and I, we're featured on another show. We've been doing this for a long time. We also are on a wrestling show, but Dave and I have been doing my show for 30 episodes now. So we just started back in January. Yeah, so we're clicking right along here, man. But Nate, I gotta ask you, is this your first full-length feature?
Yeah. So I have a documentary basically going on about my my hometown.
Where is that, Nate? Where's
Monroe, Michigan. Monroe, Michigan. Yeah, okay. It's just kind of like a little passion project thing that I wanted to do on the side. So I guess that would be considered a feature as well. But
definitely.
But Cult Affairs is really like the full shebang. Going all out, trying to make something like creatively, and original too. That's kind of the neat thing, the neat little trick.
That is. Now, have you? I mean, obviously, if you're doing film, you're directing, producing, writing, all this stuff. You've been a film fan all your life. Was the horror genre your favorite, or did you just is this kind of one of those things like, well, I got this idea, maybe I can put it towards horror. Maybe it can be like, I mean, obviously it's not going to be like a chick flick or anything like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But like, are you a horror dude? Like, you a gory guy?
Yeah, I would never say I've never been a big fan of gore,
Gore, okay.
which is weird. It's not that I'm, not necessarily a fan of it. I just never, I think it excites some people, some people really get their kicks on gore. But for me, it's always been like a little combination of just atmosphere, maybe a little bit of gore here and there, but kind of like the old 70s, 80s, like horror movies, slasher flicks, to where they might have been gore in some of them, but like Michael Myers, so not really, Halloween's not really known for being a gory a flick or a series or anything like that, but it's just got that atmosphere that if you sit there and watch it, you're like, man, they're looking through the windows now, and like, oh damn, okay. It's just got that feeling.
You explain that so well, because some of those gore films, they're fun. Okay, they can be fun, but I think the real scare and that real fear comes from like what you just said. Like, I'm walking through my kitchen with a coffee cup, and I look out the window, and like I see this faint image of a figure, and it's like I'm just like, oh fuck, like,
yeah.
And then you see Michael Myers or something. It's like that's what would get me. The element. Right. I don't want to say surprise, but like it is kind of like a surprise. You don't know, like the next corner, like you don't know. You could be walking into the living room. You could be walking into a meat grinder. That's or walking into like 10,000 vampire bats.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand totally what you're doing. So okay, so Call to Fairs. This is it. This is going to be a big deal here. I feel it too. I'm giving you my premonition right now. I see. Wait, hold on. I see Academy Awards. I see a red carpet.
I'll take the red carpet. Hell yeah.
I see this golden cleaver. Is that something? No, I'm making that up. But no, Nate, this is great. So Nate, start me from kind of the beginning here.
Yeah.
Where is this? Where are the primary locations for this? Where are you set up? Where's base camp?
So like for the full feature or for the short film? For the full feature?
For the full feature, where are you at?
So we're basically setting up shop in Monroe, Michigan. That's where I want to film most of it. It's sentimental to me. Most of my team are also from Monroe, Michigan. So, we got other spots that we're filming out in Toledo, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan. We got
oh wow,
we got the guest spot by Darren McCarty from the Red Wings. So we're gonna be going out to Detroit, somewhere around there, to like a dispensary to film his spot without saying too much and giving it away. But
oh wow,
so it's gonna be it's
yes.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I know who it is, man. I'm a hockey dude, so I know all about it.
There you go. Yes, I grew up. My family has always been into hockey, and I film a lot of pro wrestling on the side too. So I was I filmed Rhinos promotion IWR in Monroe. Like, we're all from Monroe and whatnot. So I actually ended up meeting D-Mac through that, and then I was like, hey man, listen, I got this. This horror movie we're kind of making some big way on, and he said he was down. He just wanted to do had a couple ideas, so that was definitely killer. It definitely helps. It's just keeping it in Monroe, Michigan is, it's just kind of like a sentimental thing. Like, you're watching the horror flick and you're like, man, dude, I remember when I was 6 walking around that place, and now I'm putting that spot in a horror movie. It's like it touches a certain thing to where you're like, right on, man.
It does. And that's cool. That's cool that you're using your own, like the places that kind of meant something to you.
Yeah.
Because you and I understand that 100%, because like, we all had our little things growing up, place we'd walk by. Like going grocery shopping, you'd always drive by this one place, but when your mom was driving, you'd be looking out the window and it'd be like, that fucking creepy place over there. Well, I hope I never go. But then you get older, you're like, oh, that's cool, But no, that's really cool that you're using that to go forward with the film, to have locations and stuff. I think that's really neat. Now,
thank you.
Now so do you? I know it's hard, and I know there's no way of knowing, but do you project that this is going to be a 2022 film?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I would say that me and my team try to follow the most traditional way of making a film possible, but there's always that little sprinkle of guerrilla filmmaking, or the little sprinkle of you really ain't got all your shit together, but you got enough of it together to go forth and give it a good shot.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be a lot of running around, like you're like a chicken with your head cut off and shit, but it's just one of those things that I know 100% for a fact that I'm going to have Cult Affairs for 2022. It's just we haven't done it yet, and it's like I'm not going to sleep, until I do have it and ready. So I know come next year, I'm not going to be, oh, I ain't got sorry. It's just, it's a lot to put together for sure. And it's also something that's just super exciting, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to have the chance to do this in my life. I'm hoping for the rest of my life, right? But
100%.
I still want to take it in and enjoy it all and be like, man, we're creating this, low budget, no budget, high budget, whatever it is. If we get $1 million, I don't care. Like, it's still going to be the same. Just like, goddamn, we're putting this together and we're making it work.
Not gonna change you a bit. You like the whole thing. You like the making the film is the passion for you. That's
100%. 100%.
Awesome. I like
being able to put it all together, and because I got my hands on with filming it, but I'm in the editing. I do all the editing, so to be able to have it in my head, put it together physically with the film, and then actually piece it together and go, damn, that's exactly what I seen, or that's a little bit different. Either way, you're right. That's exactly what I love about it.
Have you found yourself already though? Like, I talk to a lot of guys that have made independent films, and have you found like these guys? And I'm talking about guys that have made like a lot of films. Like there's an Austrian friend of mine, Georg, who's made dozens of small documentaries, and another friend of mine, Phil, who's made a lot of short indie movies. So he would tell me, or both of those guys would tell me, they'd be like, I have it set, I have all my notes, I have this and I have that, and we're going forward and we're filming this and filming that, and all of a sudden I'll be sitting there, and then I'll see something or something will come to me, and I'll be like, oh my God, I have to put that in somehow, and then they have to revamp and put that in. Have you experienced that yet? That kind of deal? You're shaking your head. I know you have, haven't you?
100%. That's one of my favorite parts about filmmaking, right? Because you got this plan, you got this idea, but none of that really matters until you actually start shooting it, because you can shoot exactly what's off the script, or you can shoot 60% of it, and you're just by God's good glory, you're given these ideas, and you're like, man, I gotta do this. I know we're making the short film, Cult Affairs, and pretty much before I wrote it, it was just this intrusive image in my head of a guy being brought to a table to meet with a head boss of some sort. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, or the backstory, or any of the guys' names, but that image made me go, damn, okay, that would be kind of cool if we lit it right. Maybe we'll throw some fog in there. Well, my plan was to put just one hard source light in the middle of the table at the top, kind of like a detective lighting, to where it would sway back and forth, and it would kind of only pick up, whatever it was focusing on, or like right underneath or right on top of. And we set it up, we filled the fog in the room, got everyone positioned, set the light up, and I was just looking at it, and I was like, this is pretty much what I had in mind, and we can shoot it like this. We're not paying for film, everything's shot digitally, so we can shoot it like this, but let's shoot it like this and let me try something different. So we tried a little different. I put I filled the room with the blue lighting, and I put the candle lighting in front, and then I put candle lighting in back, and then we tried that, and I was like, wow, okay, that's the shot right there. I couldn't plan that. That was just being there on scene and going, well, we could use it this way, but this would look cool too. Let's do it. And 9 times out of the 10, you end up choosing that for the final product. Those shots that you go, hey, let's just try it.
Wow, that's awesome. Producer Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing. That I was hearing about what you were saying, Nick, about the shot, and that was one thing that when I saw the 6 minute short film, that really caught my eye. I was like, wow, like I was looking at it, I was like, man, if you like kind of think it almost looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, okay,
like lit up. So I thought it
yeah.
was so awesome. Just that little scene. I was like, oh, it just caught me.
Right, that was awesome. That's an awesome comparison. I appreciate that, man. For real.
Dave is more like I'm. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just a jackass show host. I'm an ex-pro wrestler. I run my mouth. I make jokes, and I'm a host. But the guys here, they're serious about film. They're serious about all this stuff. And these guys know their shit. So Dave's probably going to have a lot of cool questions for you and a lot of things he's going to like jump in on. These guys, I'm telling you, these guys are hardcore. They know film. They review things, and they're into it. They're passionate like you are. I get called an undead vampire for having no emotion. So that's just kind of why I go through things like this. But all right. So Nate, I was going to comment. Michigan. I've been to Michigan a couple times. I've honestly never. Have I been to the Upper Peninsula? I don't know if I have, but I've been to Michigan.
Yeah.
I've been to Detroit. I've been to Ypsilanti. I've been to Flint, and there's a couple more places I've been to. But that's a really like even because I've been in the rural, not just urban. I've been in the rural parts.
Yeah,
and there is a, I don't know what word I want to use, but there's like the feeling like when you're looking through, like like I'll say this quick too. Okay, so Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have chosen like a better place to have like an aura, because like I'm a like a cold case FBI files watcher. Like I watch that like for fun.
Oh yeah.
And there's always, like every fourth episode, there's always a friggin' serial killer from Ohio on there. Like, you know what I mean? And when they're filming through, there's like looking, and so the killer broke in this door, and it's like you're looking at this house, and it's like, oh, okay, I can see why he'd want to break in there. And B, they show like where he lives. It's like, oh, okay, that's Creepo Lane. Yeah, okay, I can understand that.
Right.
But and I'm not trying to bash on Ohio. Well, just a little bit. And but no, it has Ohio has that. It's a blue collar, like it's a blue collar place. Ohio's blue collar. They're meat and potatoes. So that you tend to get more of the seediness, like, because people, highfalutin people travel to Vegas. They don't go to the casino. You know what I mean? Like there's casinos, there's gambling, there's sports team. It's a blue collar meat and potatoes place. So people of dubious repite happen to. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I don't care. They tend to mingle with middle class blue collar people more than they would, even low, Skid Row or upper class. They always go for that middle class, like, the working guy, the bus driver, the construction worker, the mailman. He's not the guy holding the briefcase, or he's not. You know what I mean? He's not that.
Yeah.
That's always the feel I got from Ohio. I mean, even that one, that thing on Netflix with that mastermind where they wrap the bomb around the guy's neck. What? They send him into a bank with a bomb around his neck, and then he's just sitting there in the middle of the parking lot talking to the cop. Well, this is good. This is gonna go off. Like, he's not worried about it, but he's kind of worried about it. Well, that should be welcome to Ohio. But no, I think it's
real.
Cool. I think it's cool that you chose that, because like it always, to me, because that's what hit me right away when you were talking about Toledo a lot. I was like, wow, Ohio is perfect for a horror film. You know what I mean? Like I said, with the cold case, with the FBI and the, Jimmy the Greek or whatever he was, like that guy, the gambler. It's perfect. So is that one of the? Is there another reason? I mean, I'm obviously not right, but Why did you choose Ohio for?
Honestly, it was just more about I knew that I was gonna make being that this was my debut short film. I gained a lot of traction with the short film or debut feature film. I gained a lot of traction with the short film, but I just haven't put out enough work to where there's like investors, right? There's no one giving me, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, etc. to make this. It's pretty much, if I want this made, I'm doing it myself.
Right.
So with that, you can really go one of two ways. You can really shoot everything, with no budget, low budget, and we can go places like, I can take the team to Florida, but for example, I might not have any connections or people I know that can set up, hey, let's shoot at, the library on this day because, my buddy owns this, or my buddy owns a smoke shop, so we'll go shoot in this day, or hey, I know this guy that owns this concert venue, so we're going to do a concert venue scene for the movie. So it was pretty much mining my local resources, knowing what I had and what I could get locally, without having really any money. And that was the big thing, because not too many people make movies from where I'm from. It's really not a common thing at all. So a lot of people are really excited to help and just be a part of it to begin with. And I just locally, I know that just from years, just being, around Toledo, like I played in a metal band for like years, and that was 10 years ago. So I still have all those connections. So for example, one of my buddies, they own a record store now. Well, now we have a scene that takes place in a record store. So my goal is, without having any money at all, I can still make a movie that has all these different shooting locations. It has a bunch to offer the people that watch it. And it's not really a simple flick. I want people to look at it and go, God damn, they made that for $3,000 or $2,000? You got to be kidding me. Like how did they go to a college, or, how did they get a college to be in film, or how did they get Darren McCarty to go to a dispensary? Like stuff like that, it don't really, unless you have your connections or you can help people out, like, hey, I'll do video work. You want to get a commercial and let us film, the movie scene here, and that's like a little trade-off. However we got to do it, it's a lot easier to do it locally than it is to go to California and be absolutely, completely unknown and be like, hey, man, I'm trying to make a movie. People are just like, oh, well, you and everybody else.
Yeah. And let's be honest. I mean, anymore, does California have that lure that it used to? Like,
I don't know, man. I think how the lure is that people think they can't do it unless they're there. Yeah. And I think once you realize you can do it anywhere other than California, I think California just starts to become a travel destination to go once or twice a year rather than moving permanently.
Dude, there's so much going on in New York. Like, there's as much going on in New York because I'm only 150 miles from the city. I'm 150 miles. I'm 150 miles northwest of the city, up in upstate New York.
Okay.
So I'm in upstate New York, up in, like, I'm past the Catskill Mountains, getting towards. Well, I mean, I'm about 4 hours from the Ohio border. If I went straight west, I'd hit Ohio at Lake Erie.
Okay.
So
a few hours away.
You're on the other side in Toledo, right? That's near Michigan, correct?
Yep, right at the bottom of Michigan, bottom right.
Is that where Monroe is? Is it close to Toledo?
Yeah, it's there's one other city that you hit, really. It's Erie, and then, kind of like LaSalle, but it's Monroe County. So as soon as you get out of Toledo, you're right into Monroe County once you get into Michigan.
Cool. How far? That's Lake Erie, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So do you? Wait a minute. Before we get on, I'm not going to try to pretend I'm going to come up with a witty question. You said you were in a metal band.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking metal freak. I've been a metal freak since I was 14 years old. I grew up on Exodus, Violence. Morbid Angel, Metallica,
All right,
Slayer.
there you go.
That's what I grew up on. That's what got me playing guitar. And I used to play metal all the time. What are you into? What do you like to play?
Like instrument wise or like metal wise?
Yeah,
Metal.
what instrument? What kind of like are you just like extreme metal, thrash metal?
Well, I was really into like the beatdown, like hardcore metal to where, but it's any metal, any music in general. But my band that I played in was the Brooklyn Enigma, and it was like a hardcore beatdown, uh, kind of like weird, mixture. But I actually started. This is kind of how ended up, the whole like last 10 to 15 years. I realized I ended up putting together or learning hobbies, and they actually all ended up coming together for me to be able to create movies. Like for instance, when I first started, 2012, started my band, I started learning how to produce audio. So I was an audio engineer. That's what I spent the last 5 years after the band doing before I got into photography. And then after photography, I got into videography, and then I just combined. Then I ended up getting into graphic design somewhere in the middle of there. So I just ended up combining all that together to be able to go, well, now shit, I can make my own movies because I know how to do literally, everything about it. But hardcore beatdown, man. I recorded all the music, so like I played the guitars and stuff on the tracks. Guitar is my main instrument, but I did vocals in the band, so it's just one of those things. Like doing vocals, like screaming and playing guitar is just something I was never able to master both at the same time. Separately, they were good. Both at the same time, I couldn't. I just went to a death metal festival I had to do a signing at, and for Cult of Farace. Yeah, and one of the bands was this like this bald-headed bass player. He had like a 6-string bass, and he was the vocalist at the same time, and he was like shredding on the bass as he's doing vocals. I'm like, God damn, that's a talent. Like
that's awesome.
There's being able to play music, but then there's that, and it's like, God damn.
That's like Tom Araya from Slayer, just screaming and fucking Angel of Death, and it's all so awesome.
Right.
That's so awesome. That's great. And now you mentioned wrestling too. Now you film a lot of wrestling?
Yep. Yeah. I try to film all over as much as I can. The biggest, I guess, team whatever thing that I team up with is IWR. They're a wrestling promotion in Monroe that's owned by Rhino, which is an ECW original. So that was pretty cool, being able to kind of get into the wrestling world. And of course we got a few pro wrestlers that are in Cult of Farace. I can't say exactly who it is, but
hey, listen, we don't want to know. We're interviewing you, but listen, we want all the surprises, and we want
for sure.
We want it all to be, and like I said, we're gonna be in your corner this whole time, Nate. And,
I appreciate that, man.
And you keep us updated. And you want to know something? Mid-production and post-production, and when you're getting near the end, Nate, you come back on, and we'll jive again, and we'll do.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll talk about it then too. Hey, Dave, are you still there, or did you jump? Did you decide to swim the Tampa? Is that a real thing? The Tampa Channel? I think I just made that up.
Yeah, I think you made that up. The Gulf of Mexico, maybe?
The Gulf of Mexico. There we go. That's the Strait of Miami. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dave, you're not a metal fan. Well, you kind of are a metal fan, right? You like.
I've listened to it, but to tell you bands and things like that, besides like the mainstream ones, I wouldn't be able to tell you anybody.
So if I bought Deicide tickets, like you'd be like, okay, where are we going? Like, you wouldn't have any idea.
Absolutely, I would be like, are we going to a home and furniture, showcase? Like, what's going on?
So what I'm gonna do, Nate, is for Christmas, I'm gonna get Deicide tickets for Dave and I, because they're from Florida.
Yeah.
So I'll say, okay, and I'll make him forget by then. We'll say, okay, no, we're going to like a knitting convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dave, you ever been to Ohio, Dave?
Never.
Never been to Ohio.
Never been to Ohio.
I was being a little. I was stretching it a little bit. like Toledo, I really don't know much about, but where I am in the eastern, is it east? Do I have my directions right? West, east, yeah,
East,
the
yes.
eastern part of Ohio. Um, eh, like Columbus and Cleveland and those places and like the rural areas. Like I was telling Nate, like I watched like all the cold case but I'm not kidding when I say like an FBI files and like how I got away with murder and all this stuff. It's like
Yeah.
every fourth episode, there's like a serial killer, a serial abductor, a torturer, or somebody, the Green River Killer. You know what I mean? Or that there was like a sniper, like the
Oh
Ohio sniper. Yeah, there's like Ohio is like full of people that want you to die. So, so
yeah.
like, what better place to film a horror film? Like, Dave, you think it's bad down in
Typecasting.
the Everglades? Yeah, you think it's bad in the Everglades? Like, this is nothing. It's you go to Ohio, leave your last will with like your best friend.
Yeah.
No, that does sound like the right place. It's kind of like if you wanted to film a film down here in Florida about a bunch of idiots, you know. You got
Yeah,
Florida man this, Florida man
Yeah.
that, so you could definitely find a story down here.
That's got a good change. Like you could interchange Ohio man, Florida man.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Harpersville man. I don't know. That could be. So anyway, Dave, Nate, you saw now, Dave. You said you saw the 6 minute clip that Nate did.
Correct. Yes, I did see it.
How'd you feel about it?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. So one of the things that I really like about a horror movie is that, well, I like watching like gore and things like that, but the horror movies that scare me the most are the ones that you can kind of bring out and it can be like something that could happen in real life.
Yeah. Yep.
So like to me,
There you
like
go.
The Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpse, like Texas Chainsaw, some of those are like ones that I watch and they freak me out. Like I go to bed like thinking like, man, how like all spooked and scared. So watching this the short film for Cult Affairs, I was like, whoa, like it gave me that vibe, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
this can be really really good. And then you have the mask. So I actually want to ask you, where'd you get the like, was that the feel you were going for, or were you going like for another direction?
For the overall like feeling of the short film.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. That's I knew that I wanted to, whatever I wanted to do, that pace was going to be super important, because if I were to, say, take for example, Cult Affairs, the short film, if I would have been a little bit quicker on my dialogue and my lines, and, we would have cut back and forth quick, and the whole thing would have been, from 6 minutes to 4 minutes, it just, a lot of the pace and the atmosphere would have been gone. So I knew that whatever the story was that we were going to show to people, that I really wanted it to be slow enough to where it kind of sunk people in, like the atmosphere. I wanted them to, as I'm sitting there in silence and the music is growing and it's creepy, I want them to start listening for noises in their house. Like, shit, did something just drop downstairs? Like, I heard that. Was that the crack in the walls? Was that just the house settling? Like, I want that feeling of real life, to kind of take into play. I remember like watching old Ghost Adventures episodes at 2 a.m, the same feeling, like, God damn, is there something out there for real? Like, I don't, like, it's that creepiness that you can really kind of sink back into and just wait and watch. And, people try to talk to you and you're just like, shh, no, hold on. And you just keep watching it. I realize that's the atmosphere I wanted to create for sure.
You know what's great? You know what's great is
You definitely got it.
Thank you.
The house that I live in was built in 1860. And
Oh, no shit.
It's like it like literally like creaks when there's no wind going.
Yeah.
And like the ceilings are like only a little taller than me, and like I don't know. I think there's like a crack. I think there's like a kraken in the basement. I don't know. This place is it's old, and while Nate's talking like that, I'm thinking, going, well, I've heard that. That just happened. I hear that every morning going down the stairs. Okay, that's above my refrigerator. All right. You know what I mean? It's like I'm sitting on the toilet at 4 a.m. and okay, that's going on. So it's like, okay, great. I'm gonna die.
Damn it, yeah. That's what. It just helps. Just helps add that atmosphere.
No, it does.
Yes, it does.
Because and that I made the mistake of watching your short, not in the dark or at night or anything, but like as I was walking into my place of work. I also work at a grocery store, and it's
Yeah.
the most horrible place on earth. And I happen to be walking through there, and I'm walking through, and I'm like, oh my god, you know. So as my life, as I start getting depressed as I'm walking through the door, and you know, I see my life fade away like butterflies, and I start watching Cult Affairs. I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm gonna die. This okay. I hope the ceiling falls in on me now. It's no, but it does, Nate. It really does. You've got a vibe going on in that thing. There's a feeling like that you catch people already in that 6 minutes of like what the fuck. Like that's all that was in my mind was like what the fuck. Kind of like Dave explained it better than I did because I don't know the fancy like Kyle Arango dialogue of interview with a Dom Fear or whatever they are. You know, but I get that feeling. Like I get it in my gut, I get it in my backside. It's like what the fuck? Like it's like that was like I was thinking to myself, Jesus H Christ. This is gonna be a cool film. This is gonna be a really cool film.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And Nate,
Dave,
actually, no, I was gonna ask him. How about the idea? Are you bringing the mask to the feature film?
Yeah. Yep. That's that mask was actually a mask we found online, and it didn't look, you know, it looks kind of like that, but it had a lot more to it, and so pretty much what we did was, I got it, and it didn't fit my face, so I had to alter it. I cut off some like the top, I would say like 3 inches of it, and it had a bunch of hair on it. I took all the hair off. I designed a strap that I could wear around my head so it would sit on there and not just fall off my face and shit. And it made it look just a little bit different. And yeah, I don't know. It's just that mixed, I guess, with my hair when it goes over it. But I seen it and I was like, yeah, I think this is the one I want to go with. This is it for sure. So we're bringing it. We're gonna bring it to the full feature as well. It's gonna be the staple part of the character, I guess, for sure.
That's awesome.
That was great. Yes,
Nate. I'm getting a lot of messages from people, not just on here. We got a couple of people that said hello on here. We got who's that? Is that Frank? Dave? Did I see Frank Terzio? Frank's a big fan of Pop Culture Pros. He's on all the time. And Sam, my buddy Sam, who lives right over in the town over next to me. Sam's a close friend of mine, big supporter of the show. He was actually looking forward to watching it because Sam is a gigantic horror fan. Like no matter what genre, no matter what monster or serial killer or whatever
kind it is,
yeah, he loves it. So he was really looking forward to this. And I got people saying, hey, can I get tickets to Nate's movie when it comes out? And I said, well, of course you can. I'll get you tickets. And I'm getting all sorts of cool stuff. So Nate, you just so you know, you got feedback coming already. So
hell yeah, I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
That. Sure.
Hey, now Dave, usually here at the A2Z program, we have some fun. Is there anything, Dave? Do we have anything? Okay, I want you to open up the A2Z pantry and look down in Dave's and deep in Dave's cabinet there of fun. Is there anything right now that you can give us that will? Is there anything we can do to Nate to make him never want to come on this show again?
Absolutely. And I think I got the perfect thing. And this is a staple of this show. Viewers love it. They love to watch it. And Nate, that is when we test Eric's noggin.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh.
So I'm going to switch this over here. So, Nate, you're going to participate in this. And today, since you're on, we have Cult Affair that you're making. I decided to make Testing Eric Noggin a real thriller.
Hey.
So, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a title of a movie. And you're going to tell me whether it's a real horror movie or fake.
Okay.
And Nate,
okay.
Just disclaimer, I lose every single game that we play. Okay, I've only won one, and that's because I had like 3 gimmies.
Yeah, it came down to like a tiebreaker for him to get the winning percentage.
A a tiebreaker with myself, Nate. I couldn't even win against myself. Okay, so you have a distinct advantage here, but the name of the game is fun, and this is what we do here. So, Dave, I'm gonna hand over the reins to you. We are in your humble service, and you begin when you are ready. Nate, are you ready?
I am ready, my good sir.
I am ready. Dave, take it away.
All right, so we're gonna start off with an easy one. I feel like a lot of people might know if this is real or not. So the first film or not that we have is called Thanksgiving. Is it real or fake?
Real.
Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Oh, what? Thanksgiving? Oh, she shut the door. Okay, so my lifeline. I'm gonna. Nate, I don't know if I trust you yet. No, I do. I trust. Nate likes metal. Nate likes horror. Nate's got cool tattoos. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree. That I think it's real. I think Thanksgiving's real.
Thanksgiving is a real movie.
Ah.
And Eric, since I'm assuming Nate, yeah, you've watched it. Eric, this movie is essentially about a Thanksgiving turkey that goes around and kills people.
What?
Great Rotten Tomato score, by the way.
Yeah. and like Nate said, if you haven't seen it, just watch the opening scene.
That's all you really need. That's all you need.
And you'll love the movie, essentially.
I'm doing it as soon as the show's over. I'm doing it. Thanksgiving. I got to write that one down. Thanksgiving. Cool. Got it. All right. Hey, so we're 1 for 1, Nate. We're both tied. Let's
Hey, look at that.
All right. Next up, gentlemen, we have Auntie Freeze. Auntie like AUNTIE and then Freeze.
Like my aunt? Like my
I'm gonna
aunt
say no.
Freeze?
Yes, like your aunt.
I don't know. I'm gonna say not real.
I got some pretty cold relatives. So I'm gonna say that's real. I think it's real.
All right. Auntie Freeze is not a real horror film.
Okay.
Oh Christ! I knew it. I knew it. You know how many? Look at Nate. I'm like, my drink of choice is RC Cola.
There we go.
And I'm like already on like my third one.
That's all you need.
And contrary to popular belief, this isn't stimulating my brain at all. Oh God! All right, Dave. What's next?
All right. Next up, we have Carnival of Souls. Real or fake?
I'm gonna say Carnival of Souls. I'm pretty sure is an album of some sorts. So I don't think it was a documentary. I'm gonna say not a real horror movie. Oh, but goddamn, that's such a good title. Someone would have thought of it at some point.
That is too, right? I'm gonna say it is. What? I bet you. I bet you like Courtney Love was in it or something.
I'm gonna say it's not because it sounds like an album instead, but I don't know.
All right, so Nate, you're going no. Eric, yes.
Eric's thumbs up on this one.
All right, Carnival of Souls is a horror film.
Oh God damn it! All right.
Wow!
I knew
Tied it up.
Wow! Wow!
I could have second guessed myself.
That whole pond drained, and all I did was pick that piece of silver up right off the bottom. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, thank you very much. Deadpool, whoever's there, like I don't know.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, we have Messiah of Evil.
Oh God, that sounds too easy though.
It does. That actually sounds like an album.
Yeah, for 100%. Ah,
that would be something like by Angel Witch or like
Yeah.
or somebody like that.
There's so much on the line now. I'm gonna have to go. No, it's not a real one.
I think it is. I think it's real. I think it's. You know what I think it is?
Don't take the lead.
I think it's a '70s Danish underground horror film.
That's the only way it is. That's the only way it's
All right, so we got again. You guys are split in half, and Messiah of Evil is a horror film.
God damn it! I make horror movies. How am I losing?
And I've barely ever watched one. And here I am winning. I can't believe. Now, Nate, if you were to go through old shows and look at my track record on some of this shit, you would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna wipe the fucking floor with this guy." I'm serious.
But also, if you've seen him, you see that he starts off hot, and then at the end is where he just collapses. So there's still a chance.
Like me out shooting Darren McCarty in a shootout. Like it's what.
Yeah. Well,
I feel
don't
so
worry.
Shamed. No, just kidding.
Don't worry, that's going to be lifted soon because I'm going to shit the bed here within a matter of minutes. So it's your redemption is in sight. Believe me. Go ahead, James.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, we have The Toddler.
No, definitely not. And I have no idea if I'm right, but definitely not.
I think The Toddler's a... Come on. You know, though, they made a movie called Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, they did.
So The Toddler isn't too far a stretch for me, or Leprechaun.
Be about possessed, baby. I can see it.
I'm going all in. I'm betting everything. I'm in.
If you take a 2-point lead, I'm clicking this red X.
All right.
All right, guys. The Toddler is not a horror film.
Hey.
Oh,
God damn it!
I was so hoping it was. So Nate's climbing now. Nate's.
It's 3-3 right now. It's anyone's game.
Oh, it's tied.
Yep.
I didn't know I was doing that shitty.
All right, guys. Next up, we have Wake Up, You're Dead.
Ooh. Wake Up, You're Dead. Wake Up Dead's a good Megadeth song.
I'm gonna say no, just because I feel like they could have chose a better title if that was a movie title.
It sounds like you ever walk like those like mom and pop's grocery stores, and they have like right before you check out they have that rack of books.
Yeah.
There's like those two lovers that are like embraced. But the name of it's like disembowelment at midnight or something. I can picture like wake up you're dead on one of those. You know what? I got a good feeling about this. I'm gonna yeah. This is a real film. I think so. I think it is.
All right, Wake Up, You're Dead is not a horror film.
Hey,
what
there we go.
What is a horror film is Waking Up Dead and Wake Up Dead, but not Wake Up You're Dead.
I guess you couldn't though, could you? Because if you're dead, you don't. But do you wake up into the air? I'm not getting in that. Never mind. Never mind. Dave, take us to the next question.
All right. Next up, we have Shopping Mall. Mall spelled M-A-U-L.
What? That might be the greatest name for a film I've ever heard in my life. That's got to be real. I'm going in. I'm in. That's a real. I know it is. I know it is.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. It's not.
Brad Dourif has had to have been in it if it is. It's got to be.
All right. Shopping Mall spelled M-A-U-L is not a horror film.
Hey.
Oh my
There we
god!
go.
But it did catch my eye when I saw this. I was like, wait, are you sure this is not a horror film? I had to look it up because it was a perfect name, I thought.
It is a
Yeah.
perfect name.
There was a chopping mall, but not shopping mall.
Oh, chopping mall.
Oh,
That's
they went
even
with the
better.
other pun.
Yeah.
The other-
All right, gentlemen, we're getting
might
down
as
to the
well-
nitty gritty.
I might as well just hang this like behind my head, like, oh, here we go. Hey,
All right, next up we have
that wasn't a Target bag, by the way.
no.
We don't want to get sued. Actually, we can't. They can't sue us. Yeah, it is Target.
Uh-oh,
Pre-
fellas, I think I have to cut it short soon.
Okay,
Oh,
well we got
But we
three
got
more.
no. I still want to do this one more because I can feel it. I feel it. I'm gonna get it. This is
Okay.
gonna be the game point.
This
All
is the
right.
game point. Let's do it.
The
Let's
next
do it.
one is
For all the marbles.
The Drone.
Oh god damn it!
The drone.
That could literally be. Ugh.
You know, that sounds scary.
I'm gonna say yes, it is, and I'm gonna even go one further and say if it was released, it was probably released anywhere from like 2012 to 2014. It feels like one of those type of movies. But if it's not a real horror movie, then none of that matters.
It should be though. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say no. The drone is not. The drone is not a film.
All right, The Drone is a horror film and was released in 2019.
Oh,
Wow.
I could do. I swore so hard. I was like, I was gonna be 2013. I know it.
Hey, you almost had it, man. Holy shit. That is crazy. So, Dave, tally this up here. I want to hear how Nate and I fared against one another in horror.
Way too close in the beginning.
Very. So we were able to do 8. Eric got out of 8 a total of 3 points. Nate out of 8 got a total of 6 points.
Yes.
Shit.
So 6 of 8. You came back roaring, like I
don't
said.
switch to making comedies anymore now. Now I can stay making horror films.
You can stay making horror. You don't need me in any movies. That you just saved your career. You just saved your career. Awesome. Well, Nate, so you got to wrap it up soon, right?
I do, sir. I do.
Well, listen, Dave. I don't know about you, but the pleasure is all over on this side of Pop Culture Pros for having Nate on the show. Nate, we thank you
Oh
for
man.
gracing us with your presence, allowing us into your world, giving us those small tidbits, and giving you know what was great is the little bit you gave everyone. Everybody's going to be thinking now, like, ooh, boy, I wonder what's gonna be on deck. Wonder how
I'm
this
always
is gonna
down
be.
to come back too. Like this is awesome. I appreciate you guys like allowing me to stop out, hang out for a while. And I'm gonna research some more horror films so we get the next one.
Did you get the next one? Go, Nate. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have you back on here in 3 months, and we'll have you back on, and we'll get an update from you. And even in between then, if something else cool comes up, keep in touch with me. Maybe we'll talk about some other stuff, some wrestling, some metal, some whatever. You know what I mean? We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Nate. Nate, say goodbye to the world, and we wish you best of luck.
Goodbye, everybody.
From us, all of us at Pop Culture Pros, Nate, best of luck. Break a leg. We know you're going to do great. We're behind you 100%. We're behind
I appreciate you guys.
Nate.
Both of you. Thank you.
No, thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. We appreciate it. Oh.
And our audience loves you.
The feeling's mutual.
Awesome. So anyway, Dave, what are we gonna do? We're gonna wrap that up, or we gonna fool around a little bit?
Up to you. I have 2 more that.
Wait a minute! I have a chance to maybe get a couple right.
Yes, you do.
Oh, then forget it. What did Bill O'Reilly say? Fuck it, we'll do it live.
So yeah, if you get these 2, at least you ended up at 50%, because I came up with 10.
Yeah, let's see if we can at least get me over the hump here.
All right. So next up, we have Sorority House Massacre.
Sorority House Massacre.
Yes.
That has got to be that's got to be a movie. That's like an '80s HBO late night cheese movie. That's got to be a movie.
Final answer?
Final answer. That's a real movie.
All right. Sorority House Massacre is a horror film.
Yes. Awesome. Hey, you know what? We should review that sometime.
That'd be good. We watch it and then.
And what was it? Chopping Mall was the other one?
Shopping Mall. Well, there's Chopping Mall, like chopping, and then Mall, MALL. But the one that the one that I found that I created was shopping, like going to the mall and shopping, and then mall, like MAUL, like
what a
mauling somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly, ripping to shreds.
That's a better. Yours is a better title, I think. But.
Yeah, I like this one a little more. Like I feel like I don't know.
Well, you know what?
Maybe we might have given Nate some ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that might be the next one because all these malls are dying. So that could be a dead
yeah, there can be a little
horror film.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I get? I'm up at 4, Dave.
Yeah, 4. So you need this one to be at 50%.
50%.
Right. Last one we have is the Scream games.
The Scream.
Scream with an M.
Scream games. I think that's a movie. Some reason I think that's a movie.
Final answer?
That is my final answer, Dave.
The Scream games is not a horror film.
Oh, dun dun dun. I can see it. You know, I feel like I just lost like Plinko on the Price is Right. Oh, so Dave, I mean, you know what? At least I kept up my I kept up my streak of not winning. So I mean, at least that's alive. That's alive. But Dave, that was a pretty fun show. Nate was a great guest. It's neat. How did you it's neat seeing somebody actually doing this ground up to the final product. This is going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely when we get Nate back, I can't wait to see how much more he has, done with the film. Maybe he can give us a little bit more sneak peeks on or off camera, but definitely looking forward to having back and seeing how, like what he's saying, which I thought was fantastic, that he doesn't have this big budget, and he's going around and seeing how he can make it himself, which is just, when he sees that final product, I'm sure he's going to be so proud of it, just because he knows like the hard work that he put into it, the blood, sweat, tears. And it's like what he said, like when you see some of these production, you're like, how much did they make? I mean, how much was their budget? Like $3,000, and they made that movie. Like, that's impressive. And I'm sure that we're gonna see this with Nate and Cult Affairs, which, if you haven't seen the short film, look it up, Cult Affairs on YouTube. And like I said, it's only 6 minutes, and those 6 minutes are gonna pull you right in, because that's exactly how I felt. I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And what he said about the pace was perfect, because that's exactly what it does. It like draws you into like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And then the music starts to play, and you're like, ooh, you start to get a little bit of chills. It was great.
Dave, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not like, I'm not a horror guy, and like, I want to see the rest of this movie. Like, it hooked me with those 6 minutes, and I really think he did a great job with this. I mean, like you just said, I can't wait to see the finish. And we're the only ones that get exclusive. We get exclusive everything. We get exclusive rights to. We're not only going to get to review it, but we're going to get to see. He told us we're going to. We have a lot of surprises for you with Nate. Nate, and Pop Culture Pros. We're gonna make this movie. We're gonna make it the real deal. And I'm going to have the cast. You know what? I'm going to make a prediction, Dave. We're going to have the Where are you? We're going to have the cast on the A2Z program. We're going to have them when this is over. We're going to have as many cast members as we can. We'll have a casting. What do they call that when they have them like on the thing, like the cast of whatever, talk about the film, and you know what I mean? We'll interview
like a panel.
Like a panel. We'll have the panel on here. I predict it. I said it. You heard it. But yeah, Dave, that's about. I think that's going to wrap us up. That was a good hour.
Absolutely,
Um,
it was great.
we'd like to thank Nate again for letting us in and letting us do our thing, um, and for having him on. We'd also like to thank the boss for not
Canceling
canceling
us
us
this
this
week.
week. And Frank and Sam, thanks for stopping by. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I see something over in the corner?
I don't know if it was a typo or what it is. I'm waiting for something else to pop up.
Tim, are you calling for help? This is what we got. Show them what we got from Tim.
Is this the bad signal?
I didn't get the alert. Uh-oh, Dave, are we running into that again like we did on the Just Too Sweet show where nobody knew we were on?
Ah, that's really weird. I don't know. Oh,
That's we're gonna have to investigate that because remember that one time where people said that they were
commenting and then we
commenting and
couldn't
all
see
this
it.
stuff and their stuff never came up.
Gonna have
Yeah.
to get
Well,
the
let's hope
boss
that
to
didn't happen this
investigate.
time. You know what? We got to get him away from the TV to stop watching Met games and help
Stop
us.
hanging out with
No
Bunker.
Facebook. No, that's no good. Stop hanging out with. That's what it is. That's what it is. No Facebook or you. Oh, that's no good, Dave. We have to get. We have to send a SOS to the boss on that one. Um,
Definitely. And we
we
gotta
will
put
do that.
we definitely got to share this one out a little bit more because this was a great episode again. Having Nate on
It
talking
was.
about cult affairs was fantastic, and
And
is
you know what
again, it's something you don't want to miss.
you don't want to miss it. And you know what we'll do, Dave? We'll also we'll post it to each of our respective Facebook pages, and we'll post it to the Pop Culture Pros page. The 6 minute short film, so you can get a gist of what Nate's trying to do and see the direction he's going in, and see how great this movie's actually going to be. And I know Dave and I are making it sound like whatever, but we're really. I mean, we're not kidding you. This guy's the real deal here. He's doing a real good job. He's meticulous and obviously very talented at this. So we're thankful that we're on the ground floor with this guy, and we just can't wait to see what else happens. So till then, Dave and I are going to get to the bottom of the technical difficulties going on in the Pop Culture Pros home office. Dave, you got anything to add before we go?
No, just said stay tuned tomorrow. Just Too Sweet is back. Got a big heavy show for you.
Ooh, we do.
We got right before WrestleMania, and we're talking a lot. Talking with Bobby Heenan, WrestleMania '91.
And Bobby Eaton, yeah, beautiful Bobby, the
Hmm.
passing of beautiful Bobby. And we're gonna go off on the state of affairs, right, with all the respected companies at afoot right now. So that's going to be a great show. That's going to be a great show. And as always, watch all the other shows we have to offer on Pop Culture Pros. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but I will mention one. I will mention the Four Quarters show, which happened to return last week. So, Dave, when are we going to see another Four Quarters with a new? Are we going to see all the line back, or are we going to have another guest host?
Most likely will be another guest host. I'm actually thinking about doing a kind of like a special
Oh,
where I get a couple of other folks and myself, instead of being part of the panel, I would be behind the scenes a little bit more. So I'm trying to figure that out. Won't be this week. We'll try for next week, and if not, then first week of September, for sure we'll have one more, and then hopefully by then, fingers crossed, I don't know yet, might get a line back. So
well, we're hoping that we have a line back in our loving arms again. Oops, did I say that out loud? Um, but anyway,
I said WrestleMania. I thought I said SummerSlam.
I thought you
Oops,
said.
sorry
Did you
guys.
say WrestleMania?
I thought I said SummerSlam '91, but maybe in my rush I said WrestleMania.
Yeah, we were enthusiastic, Tim, because you're our only viewer tonight. Since we obviously the technical difficulties going on didn't get boss. So you know what, Dave? He's probably sitting there. He and Bunker probably got paranoid of Hurricane Fred, so they probably went out and bought that cheap natural light, and they're sitting out with a flashlight dangling under an umbrella in Bunker's house, and you know what I mean? They're both. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I just I'm heartbroken right now. I'm heartbroken. But no, we'll fix the problem, folks. We'll have it back. So you can still tune into our show. You can still download it. You can still listen to it. We're going to share the hell out of it. We want Nate being known. This is a great interview. Nate's a great guy. Get on the horn. Get out there. Support Nate. If you're out in that area, if you're in the Toledo, Ohio, or Monroe area, get out there and support Nate and give him a hand. And when the finished product's up, give it a watch. And let's help make this guy something big. So, on that note, until next time, which will be next Monday at I was going to say at 8 to Z. Well, that would be cool if we did a show
8 to Z.
8 o'clock, 8 to Z. Dave, we're going to have a special show next week. And guess what's coming back, Dave?
Uh-oh. Is it what I think it is?
I think it's what you think it is. It is actually Ask Eric Anything again. That's right, everybody. Your favorite show is back where you, the listener, the viewer, get to ask and we're gonna heavily promote this all week. You ask me anything. You get on here, right over here. You ask whatever you want. Dave is going to go through them, and he's going to fire them up, and he's going to put them up, and we are going to go through them. You can ask us anything. You can ask me anything. You can ask Dave anything. You can ask us both anything. It does not matter. We will answer it. We will come up with something. We will bullshit you. It doesn't matter, but we're going to have a lot of fun. So until then, this is producer Dave is over here. Dave, why do I keep pointing this way? Like, why? What?
It's the way the camera is focused. Like, on my screen, you're this way.
Yep, you got it.
You're this way.
I am that way, and you're this way.
Yeah.
I got it. Hey, look, I got it. This is producer David Joaqui. I am Eric A.Z. Zant. We will see you next week for Ask Eric Anything. And until then, everybody stay safe. Get your shot. If you need to, wear your mask. If you need to, stay away. But live your life, okay? Live your life and be safe. We don't want nobody hurt. We don't want nobody sick. We want to beat this goddamn thing into the ground. And you can only do that. You don't do it with conspiracy theories. You don't do it with listening to stark raving rednecks. You do it by using this. Use your head. Use your head. Use your heart. And think for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, over the age of 18 that watch this because of the swearing. On behalf of David Joaqui, have a good night, everybody.